You've heard of him. The guy who crashes his car more times than not, the guy who owns Fiji Water, but people claim it's from his dead grandfather. Which scales, I will outlast him long term, not just because we are the same age, it's more so because I have a more of determination to win and I've got access to more circles and capabilities than what he does.
Let's take a look at kind of what we were doing as far as our campaign structure. So obviously off the rip here, we were starting with a basic cold conversions campaign as well as a retargeting and interest stack. And then as we built out our campaigns and started to build more data inside of those, we then looked to implement a lookalike audience campaign. So if we look at the whole month for September here, obviously you can see we started with this simple cold conversions campaign, spending around 4.2K from that campaign to let alone get $24,000 in sales at a $20 cost per purchase. Then looking at a retargeting campaign, obviously we had so much engagement coming in from that pre-drop hype organically that then post-drop we had to heavily retarget those customers so that those customers who were seeing the product before it was released now see it after when the product is actually released in itself. So looking at this retargeting campaign in that first month, we spent around 1.3K to make back $10,000 at a 7.75 return. Looking at our interest stack, we spent around 4,000.
So I run my digital marketing agency, which mainly specializes in the social media aspect. I will beat him long term because business is a long term battle. If we look at it on the grand scheme of things, he's already stressing out. He's already starting to lose hair, but he's not willing to slow down. He hangs around people who are higher level than the people who I currently hang around at the moment. But as we all know, he went from a 19-year-old who dropped out of college all the way to a 20-year-old who prints around about $500,000 a month, if not through one of his stores, one of his agencies, or through one of his other ventures, which I don't even completely know. I will beat him long term. You've got to realize business is a long term battle. The short term for him, he has just smashed it out of the park. He has absolutely smashed it. And we both got to admit that. He's the same age as me. I'm the same age as him, but he's still killing it. I've got access to a bit more avenues than what he does, but if we take into account what he's done with ecom, it's been out of this world. But there is an important nuance we've got to take into consideration. Yes, Brett has maybe outscaled me at the moment, but business is a game of endurance. It's a game of testing. Because if you scale super fast, super quick, you're going to be stuck at that time level for a while. Plus, I've got more of a time to get way, way better at everything I do than what he does. One of my businesses, fine. One of my projects, that's fine. I've got access to more sources of income and access to better possibilities than what he does. My marketing is, yes, my main one, but I've got contracts that he does not have access to. I've got access to people which he wishes he had access to. And especially in the long game, when you have coaches, mentors, as well as a circle so finely tuned, which people would absolutely love to have in their circle. So imagine if you knew someone, he could just fly in a private jet whenever you want. Tate level shenanigans. I have access to people like that. What? And who does he have access to? All he shows us is the main people who he hangs around, and all he does is just work. Yes, I do the same, but also I spend more time networking. I learn more than just the one. The one is my bread and butter. I am better than anyone else in the world at marketing. I know that for a fact. So whether you want to need any help with trying to get your agency started, or if you're a business owner who's struggling, join my coaching program below. It will change the trajectory of your business. It will literally make you go from zero to hero in a matter of 3 months. I guarantee you that. So if you take into consideration, I have the skill set, I have the needs, I have the skills, I have the psychological understanding, and he just has pure just reps. Yes, I have reps. Look, I'm doing long form content like this. Some ads work better, some are better with short form. A lot of the stuff is better with user generated content, which he has no part of given that he's in the ecom space. User generated content is literally the best ad spend that you can use when you're scaling ecom. And what? No one who runs the ads unless he gives them a script, which I know he does not. So it's pretty straightforward that I'm going to outpace him. I'm going to get access to better circles. I am going to Miami. I am going to Dubai as soon as possible. I will be in those circles. I will have access to him. And think about this, my positioning in all this. Because I understand that you can only think of what's happening now, not what's happening in the future, because we literally play long game chess. I am very well positioned where I am at the moment. given with the people who I know, position that I'm in, and also the skill set that I have. My agency is killing it. I'm uploading videos like this, which helps people like you who I can help coach, and then we can maybe work together more in the future. But also take into consideration, the more and more I do this, the more and more long term I have over him. I can do this, I can literally film 15, 20 videos a day and just crank them out one a day. He's also working. I can do that at night. I don't need sleep. I literally do not feel stress. I don't even feel stressed whenever I'm fighting. You've got to take that in consideration. I just get fueled off of it. The more and more you give me, the happier I am. I've got multiple projects going on at once. That's just for one business. I've got multiple businesses. You've got to take that into consideration. Look, as I said, if you've seen some of the people who I have access to, you would be like, yeah, this isn't going to last long. This isn't going to last long. He is going to be swept out of the water and going to lose this long term. Yeah, I understand the Miami life. The people he's got access to, that's sweet. That's sweet, but it's like, I understand that he's good at getting attention, but you've also got to understand my ability to speak, my ability to influence, because people like you are watching my videos. People like you are still getting triggered over me calling you incompetent and calling you names that I have been demonetized for before, which I will not say on this platform. They're nothing bad, there's just casual Australian slang. But I have also been able to trigger your emotions so much that you either love me or hate me. There is no in between. And with Brez, all you just think is he's just some 20-year-old kid. All he does is just know how to market. He has no personal brand, really, just short form brand. You need more long form content if you're going to survive in this economy. We are going more and more and more towards that creator economy. You've got to take that in consideration. What am I doing? How's this going to affect me long term? What is he doing? What is his agency doing? And how is that going to affect him long term? What does he need to do to improve his position? Yes, he's in a very, very good position now. But what happens if he screws up? If he gets cancelled? I've already been through all that before I even got here. I've been through all that. So I know how to use my language and use my words in such a way where I can just sit on the border and just sit on the edge of YouTube and other platforms so that I don't get banned, I don't get demonetized. I can get more attention from people like you because I understand how to use my language. Yes, obviously, given his circles, he's also got the same thing when it comes to language, but it isn't seen in such a format that mine is. He's more of like a casual businessman who just really, really enjoys driving fancy cars. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I seriously don't know how long this is going to last for him until my agency outlasts his. I've got a leaner team. I can work way, way more than him. I've got more staff. I've got access to more and more people. You've got to take that into consideration. I've got people literally working for me all over the world. Australia, Africa, UK, US, you name it, I probably have people working there. You've seriously got to take that in consideration. And look, if you people aren't willing to put in your effort and put in the time that takes to actually make the difference from point A, where you first started off, which is hard enough as it is, you willing to make a change from you to go to point A to point B, because the amount of change, the amount of growth, and how much tenacity and how much you need to want that. This is exactly why I know I'm going to outlast him. What? I'm assuming he doesn't know how to fight. I'm assuming he hasn't dealt with his accounts being deleted or him losing everything on multiple occasions. I'm sure he hasn't even dealt with like losing everything and literally after when you've lost everything, you lose everything again, start back from zero. This is the edge that I have on most people. The more and more I lose everything, the more and more pissed off I get, the more and more I want to achieve. This is seen through my ventures. This is seen through my network. Only if you saw who I had on here, you would literally try and get access and rob me in broad daylight. If you saw the numbers who I had in here, you would literally try and get that phone as much as you can because I've got access to some powerful net. What does he have long term? What other industries does he have access to? Yes, he can only do marketing. That's it. Marketing's my bread and butter. You do not win the game by being a one-trick pony, especially in today's day and age. Especially in today's day and age. That's why I'm going to remunerate the point of why my language is so good, because I have spent hours reviewing how I close, how I sell, and how I make these videos. I edit them because I'm like, okay, what did I do well? What did I do wrong? And how can I most effectively get this from point A to point B while pursuing my point to be as polarizing as possible? That's also another major thing that I have over it. I am polarizing as fuck. I don't think that there's many other 20-year-olds who can do what I do and also can agitate you with such enough, or in such a way that makes you want to either love me or hate me, or yeah, it's like the Kanye treatment. He says words in such a way where it either pisses you the fuck off or it makes you absolutely adore him. This is one of the most powerful principles. This is me teaching the lesson to you. This wasn't even meant to be part of the video. This is me just giving you literally a free lesson on how to market properly and how to use language within your speech to speak more effectively. Because if you don't learn how to speak effectively, or if you don't understand how to communicate properly, this is going to affect your marketing. This is going to affect ways how you influence people, how you write copy, how you get customers on your door. You've got to realize that. And the more and more you reveal the truth, you have to peel it back in such a way where it doesn't just pull off like that old band-aid. You've got to pull it off slightly, like it's like in a honey. It's in that smooth honeycomb. You've got to peel it off where it feels uncomfortable, but once you know that cast is off, it's off. And yes, also once you add enough water and once you wash it away with the truth, you can just go back to reality. You can see reality in such a different way. You got to realize that's the same thing with polarization. The metaphor is odd. I do understand that, but that's also where I have more control than what he does. Chaos is my ball game. This is honestly why, if you have any problems, I can help you with that. This is why marketing is my bread and butter. So, for anyone who wants to start a marketing agency, or for any business owners who are looking to get better at marketing, especially in the social media aspect, book a call down below. I will help you grow your agency. I will help you grow your business. I will help you find your bottlenecks, issues, as well as any other internal issues within your marketing department of your agency. Book a call down below. I will grow your business. That's a guarantee. I will grow your business today.